Hello everyone, this is Sharmin Khan from Milky Way Art Design. Today I am going to work on a technique called cloud pour, and the master that I am learning from this technique is none other than Sara Taylor, and this is a canvas which is 12 inch by 16 inch in size. If you don't know who Sara Taylor is, of course, I'm going to link her channel on the description section. You must go and check her out. She does these clouds, like these cells that she creates. They are to die for. They are so beautiful. Here are some of her work. I hope you can see that how pretty they are. And of course our style is completely different, but one thing I was very intrigued by her technique was she also messes around on her pour with a stick, just like I do, even though our outcome is completely different. So in this video I am going to record myself. I would ask her to watch my video, and then I want her to comment on my work, the mistakes I'm making, the right things that I am doing, or if I need to change something, any suggestions to improve my work, any kind of hint she can give me to excel in this technique. So it's kind of a learning video, and we'll see how it goes. A lot of the times what happens is, suppose I am a new learner and I watch a new technique on YouTube, and I am really determined to master that technique, and then I try it and I mess it up, and then I'm frustrated, or I don't know what mistakes did I make. So I hope this video that I'm making, it should shed some light for you guys. So this is my two base coat. One is the white one and one is the darker color. And I am not sure how well they will work out. The recipe for the white base coat is going to be on the description section, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put the colored one yet. If it works, I will, but if it doesn't, then I will not. So let's start.
Hi guys, it's Sara Taylor. So the lovely Sharmin Khan reached out to me to do this artist critique, and I thought it was really a cool idea. I thought it was a great teaching opportunity and just a fun way to try somebody else's technique. And I'm going to basically just kind of give a little advice, or, talk about what maybe went great, what could have gone a little differently, and we'll see how it goes. So I can see here that she's got two different tones of pearl base coat going down on the canvas, which is always a great way to start. And I'm very curious to see what colors she's going to be using, because that plays a huge role in this technique. There are some colors and brands that don't work as well. Quinacridone Nicolazzo. All the golden fluid colors work really well for this technique, so that's a beautiful choice. And what's next here? Liquitex Heavy Body Teal. Another great option for this technique. And then, so prism pour paints in the pearl technique, from what I have come to know, don't really work all that well. So hopefully it goes well here. Prism pour doesn't seem to pearl very well.
Dark base.
And then she's pouring some white around the edges there. I see what she's doing. She's kind of matching, giving it a little balance. And there's another prism pour color. So, it's the thing with the pearl technique is, if you put even one paint down that doesn't pearl as well as the others, it can kind of stop the reaction from happening on the entire painting. And you'll see what I mean, because look, when she's tilting it, how the prism pour colors are spreading everywhere with the other colors. So I'll be very curious to see how this works out.
I have to spread
the prism pour colors are beautiful. They're
when
I've
the
used them in
top
quite a few different
layer
techniques, and
stretches
I've done some testing with the
more than it
pearl.
can
And I
handle,
wish that they worked
the
better than they
clouds
did, but
or
they're
those
really,
little pearl cells are
really
created.
pretty. We'll see what happens. So she's tilting, and as you can see that quarter, it's starting to pearl up a little bit. And the big trick here is to really stretch it. You got to stretch it very, very thin. The more the two paints, the base coat and the colored paint, pull against each other, the more effect you're going to get, the more reaction happens between the two paints. And I can tell just by the way the paint's moving that all of her paints are a bit thick. So, and you can see the quinacridone Nicolazzo Gold is starting to pearl, and the Prism Pour is having trouble. It's not quite able, that base coat isn't really able to pearl up through that Prism Pour paint. Although her color palette is gorgeous, and I love the two-tone base coat. And, I think that's the only thing that could have gone a little differently here is maybe to just avoid the Prism Pour paint in this particular technique. And it's interesting, if you like color art products, their primary element, pigments, actually work wonderfully, and they kind of do this really pretty bleeding effect into the base coat and into the pearls. So that's an option if you like their products. All right, I'll come back in a moment and we'll kind of see where she's at with this painting.
So what I see is if you stretch on from that side, cell starts to grow on that side. If you force it to that direction, cell starts to grow this direction, this side. So you have to basically stretch your top layer of paint. I just flipped it over so you guys can see the composition. A couple of things that I noticed is on the left side, the darker base did not work at all. So I'm not sharing that recipe with you. On the right corner side, I like that I'm getting some cells, but quite honestly, the shapes are really weird. But that's okay, it's for the first time, at least I got some cells, right? So now I am going to do my fun part. If you watch Sarah's video, you will see that once she is done with her pour, she will take a stick, and sometimes she dips her stick into different color paints and she plays with that and she creates these beautiful effects. So I'm going to try some of those. We'll see what happens.
Okay, it looks like she's been adding some really pretty different design and using, that's one thing Charmin and I have in common is that we both really like to go in. She uses a skewer a lot of the times. I tend to use a palette knife, but we both like to go in and work with the painting and, change the design and add different composition and things like that. So, unfortunately here, the Prism Pour paint, I think, stopped a lot of the pearls from coming up. She did get quite a few pearls on her white base coat. It looks like the dark base coat didn't really even pearl through the Nicolazzo Gold or the teal. And there's a few tricks to that. Sometimes a bit of chalk paint in a dark base coat can help the pearling. And the dark base coats can be a little finicky. But I love what she's doing. I've always loved Charmin's work. She came out with these beautiful two-tone. That's another thing we have in common. We like to both use two-tone, like a split base on our paintings. So, ever since I saw that work that she was doing, I've been following her, and I think she's just a sweet, sweet woman. And I've enjoyed doing this with her. Hopefully we'll do more. Okay, you guys, have a beautiful day. And thank you, Charmin, for working with me. It's been a lot of fun. All right. Bye-bye. Have a great day.